welcome to, I guess, another episode video, entry. So this is kind of a vlog kind of channel. First of all, I'm up to like almost 90 subscribers now. I know that's a tiny fraction compared to most, well not most, but a lot of YouTubers out there. But I appreciate those of you who subscribed and keep coming back to see what I've been up to. Recently, a couple days ago, I took the boat out. I originally plan A was take the kayak out to the French Broad, but I wasn't going to have enough time, I felt like, to really get to where I needed to go before I had to go pick up my daughter. So I took my big boat out. It was forecasted to rain, but I did not expect like monsoon rain. I did the best I could. I got a few bites, didn't catch any fish. I'm going to throw some of that footage up now and kind of talk over how that day went. If you notice, before this, I had a little table of contents, so if you want to skip ahead to what I want to talk about here and what's on the topic, go right ahead. But just wanted to put that in there, let everybody know that lots of people out here in YouTube and social media fishing world go fishing a lot, and they only post when they catch a bunch of fish. I've been guilty of that. I haven't always posted when I got skunked or when things didn't go well or that kind of thing. But it does happen. If you pay attention to MLF and Bassmaster stats, you can see there are days when these pros who have hundreds of thousands of dollars invested in their rigs go out and they get skunked. It's not as often as me or you probably, but it does happen. So as you can see here, the boat is in the garage drying. I've got fans and a dehumidifier going up there. I do have, as you guys saw in another video, if you watched that, I did put in non-carpet flooring into the actual lower part of the boat. Just a quick update on that. That performed amazing. That helped drain the boat a lot quicker. And I mean, the bilge pump was running most of the day. But anyway, so I made it back and I decided that I wanted to, I honestly did a little bit of therapy. I watched some YouTube videos of some much more successful guys catching some fish, and thought I would share just some things that I've noticed that people don't talk about, they keep in their boats, that I think are very useful. And it's kind of boiled this down to 5 cheap things that you can buy someone for Christmas. It is December 8th, so you've got a few days left. These are 5 cheap things you can buy the fisher man or woman in your life to keep in their boat or on them that I have found very useful. This is not tackle, this is not rods, this is not trying to tell you to go buy a cheap $175 reel. This is me telling you things that I keep on hand that help me out a lot and are truthfully pretty cost effective. And then I'm gonna have one at the end I'm gonna throw in there. It's a little more expensive that has benefited me greatly. So first thing I want to talk about, my whole video about this, is my lure retriever. So this is one from Academy. It comes with, I'm covering up these chains, it comes with this, and it comes with some rope that you can attach to it. I, as you saw, added a 24-foot retractable dog leash to this that helps me keep the line out of the way, especially on the kayak when you've got anchor lines, just lines everywhere. And then I added just a keychain split ring with these chains, ideally to help grab hooks. I'm not sure if that's worth it or not, but I will post links to these in the description. I think I paid about $10 for this. This would be a great stocking stuffer. It is pretty heavy, so maybe something you have to keep in mind if it's going to pull the stocking off the mantle. But a good gift. It may be kind of awkward to give my dog leash to, but you know, it's up to you. Number 2 is some just tools that people use. And I say people, everybody needs tools, but I specifically like these braided line scissors. They're like $5. I'll post a link, like I said, to everything in the description. And then some good pliers. These have a split ring. I don't know if you can see that. A split ring, a tool on the end of them. They also have line cutters there. You don't really need either of those things. It's just something nice that came with these. These are cheap Amazon pliers. They are aluminum, which makes them very light. So if you're bank fishing, it's easy to keep them in your pants pocket and it doesn't want to constantly pull down your pants or anything like that. So, excuse me, I've had a terrible cold. That's another reason I haven't posted as much lately. I'm sure fishing in the rain did great for that. But they're the tool that I strongly recommend. And this is a safety and a convenience tool is a hook cutter. So if you look at what I've got here, it's been a long time since I've opened this thing up, which is kind of a good thing, but it basically is like mini bolt cutters, and it's made to cut hooks. A lot of people use these in saltwater, but if you get a treble hook hooked into yourself, I'm gonna throw a picture up right here, you can use these to cut off the end of the hook and cut away, and then just have the one piece of metal without a barb that you can then pull out and hopefully rescue yourself on the water. I also have used these to cut hooks off of lures, and the reason I do that is in Tennessee, for umbrella rigs, you're only allowed to have 3 hooks. So a lot of people put like 2 dummy baits on there. You can use this to cut the hooks off of those dummy swim baits if you want to go that route. Next thing is not this tackle box nor what's in it. Well, it is what's in it, but it's one little thing. A lot of new tackle boxes, and a lot of them, but some of them, if you're willing to pay extra, have these yellow dividers in them. And there's a couple different brands that make them that way, or blue dividers. It's supposed to cut down on rust, but if you have somebody in your life who doesn't have, or already has a lot of tackle boxes, you can actually add these tabs. These are called Z-Rust tabs to the tackle box. This one actually needs to be replaced. You're supposed to replace them every 2 years. I'm not sure what kind of sorcery that they have, but this has been in here for a long time, and whether they would have rusted or not, I don't know, but they haven't rusted, and that's what's important. Excuse me. So we've got, recapping, number 1, our lure retriever, 2, our tools, 3, our Z-Rust tab, 4, this is the first specific brand type item I wanted to bring up. And then you can hear my dog barking over there. I think she sees the leash and she's just dying to go on a walk. But this is an H2O Express terminal tackle box. I did a full video on this, and you need to know who you're buying for, you know, how serious they are, because this box can get it's a little big, you know, but it can get a little heavy. But I mean, as far as an organization tool, it's really hard to beat. I think I paid $15 for this one at Academy. There are other brands that go for much more than that. But this one, you'll probably pick up between $15 and $20. Bass Mafia is one, I think they're about $50 or $50, last time I checked at least. And there's a few other terminal tackle boxes. But in general, a good terminal tackle box helps you stay so much more organized on the water and will help that person out. All right, so the next item is a net. This is a giant net, by the way, if you look at this. And the reason I have this net is it was on sale for like $10, I think. It was for some ridiculous around this time of year deal, I think at Bass Pro. And I added some pool noodle to this. I know if you see my channel, I'm very cheap and frugal. But the big thing is to get somebody a net that's large enough for the fish they're going to catch. This is probably a little overkill for most of my fish. I'm not really like a stripe or musky fisherman. But it is rubber. And that's the biggest thing to me, is rubber actually helps. Hooks do not get stuck in between the fibers of the netting. And if you've had that happen before, you've got, say, a fish on a jerkbait, and now the jerkbait is hooked to the net and to the fish. Not fun. But the rubber will prevent that. The rubber is also better for the fish's slime coating. It helps prevent grabbing that slime off of there. But I like a longer handle one for the bass boat, just so that I can reach down and grab the fish a little more easily. You'll see a lot of guys use longer handle ones like this on kayaks, and I want to talk about that for a second. My kayak has the console area with the fish finder or the depth finder just in front of me. So this net doesn't really work well in my kayak. It works great in the bass boat. This net, however, is actually a trout net, and it works great in my kayak. It is not very big. I have had problems with that occasionally where I caught a giant smallmouth or a drum or something, but I can still kind of scoop them into the boat if I need to. But it stays out of the way, it's small. This one does float on its own. And again, rubber netting, so that's very important. And then I have, you know, just some paracord and like a magnet that I put on here to keep it safe in the kayak. Lastly, this is the expensive item. This has been like a life changer for me. So this is an Onyx inflatable PFD life vest, life jacket, whatever you want to call it. But the reason I love this so much is it is not fun trying to buy first of all, if you buy a PFD that fits you in the summer, it may not fit you once you've got jackets and everything on. So keep that in mind. But also in the summer, you just burn up if you're wearing that PFD all day. This does not do that. So the one thing about a regular PFD I will say is that it will keep you a little bit warmer in the winter. It'll act as an extra layer of insulation, but I don't think that's an equal enough trade-off for me here in Tennessee. This is so comfortable that I will sometimes walk all the way to my truck and then realize I still have my life jacket on and I'm walking across dry ground with my Onyx on. So this is an automatic deploy or manual. So it has a sensor in here that once it gets wet, it inflates. If you haven't seen these, it's a great invention. There are a few different brands out there. This one runs for about $100 normally. They do have some that are more, maybe a little bit less, but so this is my higher dollar item that if you are looking for something to get for somebody that's in the price range and they don't have one of these already, I think it's safer because people wear them more typically because it's more comfortable. And also it's a little more versatile. It fits over any type of clothes that you're wearing. So in the summer you can adjust those straps and it's fine just for a t-shirt. And then in the winter when you're out there with your bigger jackets on, it will also adjust and accommodate you. So thank you all for watching. I will go ahead and end this here. There's so much more stuff. Fishermen love stuff. Like, we want bigger boats because we got to haul more tackle and rods and everything. But these are things that I hope that helps you find something in that $10 to $50 range, or maybe even that $100 range if that's what you're looking for, that will be useful. And just from a gift giving perspective, you know, you probably want to know the person enough to know if they have one of these or any of this stuff already. But regardless, you know, you always could get them a gift card. This is my last little soapbox for this video, is try to get them a gift card to a local shop. Here locally in Knoxville, we've got CNC Outdoors, we've got excuse me, Knox Rod and Reel, and a few other small tackle stores. See if you can get them a gift card from one of those guys, because they need your business big more than the giant corporations do. But thank you all again for watching, and if you don't mind, go ahead and click that like and subscribe. I don't know what'll happen if I get to 100 subscribers soon. Like, if my buddy Stash and Bass gave away something, so who knows, maybe I'll do some kind of giveaway. But thanks for watching. Bye.